Hi, I'm KillCam. Welcome to KillCam Update. Today's feature plane is the Focke-Wulf 190 A-8 in War Thunder. The Focke-Wulf 190 A8 is essentially the same as the Focke-Wulf 190 A5, with a few subtle differences. In their stock state, the A8 has 4 MG151 20mm cannons, as opposed to the A5 having 2 of its 4 cannons, the inferior MG FFMs. The A8's 2 machine guns are also increased in caliber from 7.92mm to 13mm machine guns. A look in the hangar's armor viewing mode shows the A8 to have slightly better effective thickness to key cockpit armor plates, presumably to increase survivability against the defensive guns of the Allied bombers it was intended to shoot down. This heavier armament and better armor comes at a price though, as the A8 is less maneuverable and nimble than the A5. Killing bombers is this plane's bread and butter. There are a lot of rank 4 fighters that will climb much faster than the A8, so in most matches, climbing off to the side is going to be a must unless you want to have a short and brutal life of head-on engagements. I took the A8 out in a couple of arcade mode matches to see how it flies after patch 1.45. I hadn't flown the aircraft that much in recent months and didn't recall being impressed with it before, so I tried to keep an open mind to it for the purposes of the video. Here's the initial merge. I'm at nearly 3,700 meters and have 3 heavy bombers in front of me at my level. The B-24 has no pilot-controlled forward weapons, so I pick it for a head-on. A long burst from the A8's guns shred the wing off the Liberator for kill 1. I immediately dive for the F-82 climbing up at me. I put a few hits on him, but not enough for the kill. I nicked him up though, and it was no problem for the teammates behind me to finish him off and thus eliminate the threat to my rear. Most times the initial merge is a bad place to turn and pursue an enemy back toward your spawn. There's almost always a wall of approaching enemy planes who'd love you to burn up all your energy right in front of them and make yourself an easy target. Instead, I nosed down and looked for another easy kill below. The PBJ was too tempting, and once I got a good angle on it, the A8's cannon snapped off its wing for kill number 2. Seeing a B-25 Mitchell straight ahead of me flying away, I pursued it with weapon, anticipating putting a third bomber into the ground. Less than 300 meters off the ground, the B-25 had no way to escape. The A8 is faster, and absent a fortuitous event like its defensive guns taking out my pilot, the Mitchell's fate was sealed and I had 3 kills for the match. My team's done well in the initial merge, but there are still a few enemy planes left alive in the area. I'm very low to the ground and in a plane ill-suited to low-altitude turn fighting, so I need to get to safety before I can climb and regain energy. I don't get into any turn fights, and I use my cannons to fire at targets of opportunity while I creep back toward friendly territory. I spot a Focke-Wulf in a head-on with a friendly Tiger Cat on my way back, so I point my guns at the A5. It can't get a firing solution on me and becomes kill number 4, and after I've taken advantage of the distraction. The sky around me is clear, and I can now begin to climb back up to altitude. As I pull through 1,500 meters on my way to 2,000, I spot a B-17 Flying Fortress trying to dive and escape from several pursuing teammates. It's being herded right at me, so I turn my plane in that direction and keep climbing. It's staying just ahead of the kill train, so I take the head on and notch kill number 5 with a pilot kill. Comfortable with the altitude I've achieved, I fly in the direction of enemy airspace and spot a pair of P-51 Mustangs. I decide to engage the more vulnerable of the two. One of them prop stands to attack a Focke-Wulf directly over it. Bad decision. The Mustang hangs in the air in front of me and becomes an easy target. With its energy all but depleted, my guns take it out for kill number 6. The final engagement for the A8 in this match is a mistake on my part. I took a head-on with a P-47, which is something to be avoided. I get the kill for number 7, but clip the wreckage of the Thunderbolt, knocking the A8 out of the match. We went on to win that first match, and I got 7 kills to 1 death in the A8. By the way, a special shout out to the broken toaster of KOOL Squadron. Glad I didn't have to shoot you down, bro. Let's see how things go for me in the second match while flying in an A8. First off, I get tangled up down low with some reds but break free to spot a Bearcat ahead. I'm on his 6 doing nearly 600 kph. My first burst rips off his tail and that's all I needed. His broken plane flips end over end without a tail until I put it out of its misery for kill 1. That leaves me and some teammates alone with a BF-109 G6. With no other immediate threats to my plane, I join the pursuit of the G6 in what amounts to a tail chase. I've got a little time before closing with the G6, so I take a quick look around and behind my plane to make sure I've got no threats to worry about. Nothing of concern there, so I can focus all my attention on the Messerschmitt. It starts turning around and forces ahead on me. This was a fatal error. He lost a ton of energy and I had shells halfway to his plane before he could bring his guns around on me. He nicked my starboard aileron, but that was it. He's dead for kill number 2 and my plane's still airworthy. So with my base not far away, I return for a quick repair so I can get back into the match. As we near the end of this match, I'll use this last engagement as an example of what the A-8 was intended to do. Kill bombers. I'm at 4,400 meters altitude and place myself between 2 heavy bombers on my team's vulnerable base. The B-17 looks like it's going to make a run at the runway, so I focus on climbing up to it. The bomber seems to have decided it can't keep above me, so it goes into a dive, hoping to lose me with speed, or even better, make me decide not to chase his plane all the way down. With our runway about half gone already though, I can't really afford to give a free pass at it to a B-17, so I'm committed to taking the Flying Fortress out. Nearing firing range, I hope to take him out quickly, but it doesn't happen. Now it's a tail chase, with my best outcome to take out the bomber before it can drop its payload on the target. Such a situation that I abandoned all trigger discipline here and just hose the B-17 with cannon shells until finally I get the 3rd kill. Unfortunately, as I killed the plane, I could hear the whistle of the bombs it released as it was dying. The runway's dwindling health about to receive another salvo of bombs and contribute to my team's eventual loss of the match. So in defeat, I got 3 kills without dying. In total, over the course of the 2 matches in the A-8, I shot down 10 planes and died once. The plane doesn't handle quite as well as the A-5 does at rank 3, as it has to compete at rank 4. Don't expect to do quite as well as most do in the A-5. All in all though, if you stay within the A-8's comfort zone killing bombers, it will do that job well. In the end, that's what War Thunder usually rewards, using a plane in its intended role. That's all for this War Thunder plane feature on KillCam Update. I urge you to subscribe to the channel by clicking on the button below. Comment on this video and like if that's your bent. I'm KillCam saying goodbye and good hunting all.